It's another week of tending the Torah garden. The book of Shmos has been all about overcoming adversity. And this week's secret, the final parsha in Sefer Shmos, is fantasy must become a reality. In 1967, the New York Times was looking for ways to modernize its look. Louis Silverstein, the art director, redesigned the logo to appear stronger and more visually appealing. And one of the changes he made was to remove the period at the end of the word times. Besides the sleeker look, he estimated that merely dropping the period would save roughly $600, making that around $5,500 today, in ink costs each year. You know, a Torah scroll costs a lot of money. Every single one of its 304,805 letters must be written by hand on parchment. This stuff doesn't come cheap. So imagine, if you could remove from the Torah not just a mere period, but 2,700 whole words, it would probably bring down the cost of a Torah by a couple $1,000. Which brings me to this week's Dvar Torah. The two portions of Vayakel and Pekudei seem completely redundant. A few weeks ago, the Torah spent two full portions detailing the exact dimensions and ingredients for every single part of the Mishkan structure. And then, instead of just saying that the Jews did exactly as Hashem had commanded them, we get another 203 verses describing how the Jews actually put God's plan into action. Statistically speaking, replacing these two portions with one verse of summary would reduce the Torah's length by about 4%. So why the repetition? I think there's a critical and important life lesson here. Anyone who ever built a house can tell you that the original plans never end up becoming a reality. You have your dreams and your fantasy, and then the architect brings you down to earth and explains that certain things just can't be done. You have to compromise and adjust in order to fit with the facts on the ground. Without realizing it, sometimes we mistakenly apply the same thinking to Hashem's commandments in the Torah. Yes, for sure, Hashem wants us to keep Shabbos and kosher, but really, practically, it's too hard to do it all the way. And yes, Hashem wants us to keep family purity, wants us to go to the mikveh, but come on, does he really understand the facts on the ground? That's why the Torah makes a point to repeat the building of the Mishkan twice, to show us that Hashem wanted a home in this world, and the Jews were actually able to create it exactly as he envisioned. There was no need for modifications or alterations, because the infinite Creator knows exactly what his children are truly capable of. And the same, my friends, goes for us. So long as we stay rooted in the truth of Torah, we will find the strength and the ability. We will be able to do it. Chazak, chazak, v'nis chazek, to behave and live in perfect alignment, in perfect harmony with Hashem's will. Wishing you and yours a Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach.